Welcome back, folks. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. Today we're going to be talking about Aaron Donald potentially coming back, whether or not that could ever happen, because there were some interesting comments in a Rich Eisen interview with Snead. Before we dive into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And, of course, be sure to follow me on all social media at JKBogan. If you're hearing echo, I'm in a very echoey home office, so just moved into the new apartment. Appreciate all the kind words and the thoughts and everything that has been thrown my way. Much love. But yeah, we're recording this super early in the morning. I just wanted to get something out to you guys. I've been just moving constantly, just putting different things wherever, right? Fixing my office setup. And now this is the first video on this channel at my new place. So, yeah, this is not going to be the backdrop. This is just, I guess, temporary. It's a wall. That's really all you're getting there. But, yeah, I appreciate all the people that reached out and were like, hey, when are we going to get content? Like, yeah, I know I've been slacking on that. So at some point on the other channel, Jake Ellenbogen Extra, we'll have maybe like a vlog tour if you're interested. But yeah, let's talk about it. So, Rich Eisen, who's one of my absolute favorites in the industry, he had Snead on. He's had him on before. And, it was just a regular interview, and they're talking about the draft and, how well, Snead and the Rams did, with it. And all of a sudden, Snead drops we talked to Aaron about coming back for a Super Bowl run, mentioned the Eric Weddle dynamic. And it had me thinking, because I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility this happens, but I also feel like it's fair to say, because Snead followed it up with something I thought that was very, great. It made a lot of sense. Aaron doesn't typically go that route. He doesn't seem like the guy that's willing to, because he didn't put in the 18 or 17 weeks, with this team, he may feel like that's kind of like cheating the process. And I'm just paraphrasing essentially and kind of adding my own twist to it. But I thought this was really interesting dialogue for a few reasons. The Rams are already paying Donald, right? That money is already taken up. They don't have that money to spend. So if Donald comes back, it's not like they have to shed any cap to bring him back. They already have that money that's dead essentially for this year. So that's a really fascinating thing there, because it almost adds value. Like, hey, if you do come back for a late season run, we don't have to give up anything. We don't have to move guys out of position. Now, the caveat here, and this is kind of funny to say, is that Donald coming back, he could be rusty. I mean, we know he's going to work, but, not being on a football field for the whole year and then coming back at the end of the season, maybe Braden Fisk is killing it, or Bobby Brown, or, Kobe Turner. It's like, do you want to bench any of those guys if they're the best guys in that situation? It's still Aaron Donald, so he's going to get the starting treatment, obviously. But it is something to think about. However, at the same time, we saw this with Eric Weddle, right? We saw the way it worked out. They end up deciding to bring Weddle in on a practice squad deal. He played all 4 games, elevated in the postseason, and Weddle ended up starting for them. Okay, safeties were in turmoil, a lot of injuries all across the board. Jordan Fuller they lose, and because he broke his leg, and Taylor Rapp is dealing with injuries and so forth. So, yeah, I mean, it was huge down the stretch to have Eric Weddle. But if you have a guy like Aaron Donald to come back, and you could say maybe he's rusty, but maybe he's fresh. Maybe he's in the freshest, mindset and just body that he's been in his entire career. And as long as he continues to stay in the gym, I see no reason why it wouldn't be a good thing. And you have Braden Fisk, and, you have the guys that I mentioned, and now you bring in Donald, and it's like, that's the best interior defensive line in football, whether or not it's for 4 games or not. To have him at the end of the year would be huge. Now, I'm going to say this right now. I think it's possible, Okay, I understand what Les Snead said. This isn't normally the way Donald would go about things. He'd probably be stubborn in the fact that he didn't, spend 18 weeks with this team. But I don't know. Keep an eye on this because I think this is going to be a developing thing. It's easy to turn it down now. The record is 0-0 across the board. No one has, stepped up or anything. But if, we get to the point where we're in December, January, and the Rams are 14-3 or 15-2 or 12-5, and there's an opportunity to bring back the greatest player in NFL history, in my opinion, and he's willing to come back, you're already paying him. So I think this is super possible, and I also think that this is something that might have already been discussed further. And, I'll say it doesn't hurt Donald's legacy regardless. If he stays retired, totally fine. He won a ring. He's, like I said, he's the greatest player of all time, in my opinion. I understand people say Brady, but I'm saying as far as Donald, he was so much better than second place. It's not even close. I think constantly with Brady, there were guys that matched up to that production. Nobody matched up to Aaron Donald until recently, to be fair. So those are my thoughts. It's a quick video to put out. First time, doing a video in this setup, and obviously it's going to get a lot nicer in here and hopefully a little less echoey. But it was something on my mind. I saw it and I thought I should make a video on it. I do think Donald could come back. I'm not going to say he's 100% coming back, but I could absolutely see it. And I think if the Rams are as good as I believe they're going to be, then he could very well be coming back to an NFC title game. And, at that point, you sure you're going to turn down a ring for 4 games? I mean, I don't know. It's a little bit easier said than done. But yeah, I love the way the draft came through. I think the Rams have done a nice job bouncing back from the whole, losing Aaron Donald thing. But if he were to come back, I don't think anybody's going to complain, except for teams that have to face him. Just imagine a rotation for a second. Close your eyes. Imagine a rotation of Kobe Turner, Aaron Donald, Braden Fisk, Bobby Brown, right? You got Desjuan Johnson. You got Laryl Murchison and Tyler Davis. I mean, and oh, by the way, on the edge, because they addressed that, now you got, Byron Young playing alongside Jared Verse. And then you have Brendan Jackson. And it's just O'Shawn Mathis if he takes the next step, and Nick Hampton and Michael Hoyt. Isn't it funny how the Rams took one off season and they took all of these needs and these positions that everyone was so scared of, and they were like, oh, this team is going to get, dog walked. And now they don't have any holes on this team. This would be the perfect team at the end of the season for Aaron Donald to come back to. So again, it's no skin off the Rams' back. They already are paying the price for Donald. Who's not going to obviously, start out the season. We'll monitor it. We'll see if he comes back. I'm sure we're going to hear more about that over the course of time. But let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Do you think Donald would come back? Do you think this is real? I mean, I like that Les Snead mentioned it, and I don't think him mentioning it doesn't mean anything like negative. It doesn't mean like, oh, well, we tried and, he was against it, so I'm putting it out there because it'll never happen. I actually think quite the opposite. I think Les Snead put that out there because there's a possibility it will happen. Now it's come to light. Now everybody knows. So the ball is in Donald's court. I think he could come back at any time this year if he, decided maybe before training camp or what have you, and he just came back. Oh my goodness, would that be something else? Aaron Donald has the opportunity to do something really, really cool, and Tom Brady did it, and we saw Tom Brady, get to the playoffs and have some success, but he was never able to recapture another Super Bowl. Donald could be thinking the same thing, but at the same time, we have to wait and find out. So let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are. Rate my setup 1 through 10. No, I'm kidding. Please don't. It's going to be a lot better than this, folks. I promise you. So Really appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. Follow me at JKBogen. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, folks, and thank you for the patience. Later. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.